Hello and welcome to Runneeti, brought to you by Brick 7 and CricTracker. South Africa handing 104 runs thrashing to Bangladesh. And well, today is a day of triple headers. We'll also be talking about India and Netherlands match, but quickly let's cast a glance at how the first game panned out. South Africa posting a thumping 205 run, a target of 206 for Bangladesh. Bangladesh in their pursuit could not do much and got bundled out for 101. And Rick Norkia being the star performer for South Africa with the ball. But before that, it was Rosu who slammed a ton and Quinton de Kock once again carrying on his rich form from the previous game. To talk about both the games, we've got Wasim Jaffer and Kobus Olivia. And Kobus is already beaming. He expected this performance from South Africa. Your thoughts on it?
Yes, I would say I expected it because I knew South Africa would come hard today after the disappointment of that first rained-out match, only taking 1 point when they would have expected to take 2 points from the match. They needed the 2 points today. It was, and also they sort of setting the tone for the tournament, and very importantly, the net run rate. This would give them a huge boost, and I think this was very much South Africa's game plan. Winning the toss, batting first, going for a big total over 180, and then with that pace bowling and with the spinners. Shamsi did incredibly well with his 3 wickets, but the pace up front, hitting hard in the beginning, getting bounced. Nokia was phenomenal, and this is just the start South Africa wanted and that they needed.
And probably that's the template that India wants to follow as well because an important update, India ने टॉस जीत लिया है, पहले बल्लेबाजी करने का निर्णय लिया है. वसीम, इस बात से प्रॉम्प्ट हुआ है ये डिसीजन कि विकेट शायद थोड़ा स्लो होता हुआ नजर आ रहा है.
मे बी और उन्होंने देखा भी होगा कि साउथ अफ्रीका ने किस तरह से मैच जीता है. प्रोबेबली ये एक थॉट हो सकता है कि आप अपना नेट रन रेट भी थोड़ा सा इम्प्रूव करने के लिए देखते हैं. और ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एक्चुअली टॉस जीत के बहुत ऐसा नहीं है कि टीमें बॉलिंग ही करने के लिए देखती है. टीमें ने बैटिंग करके भी मैच जीता है. साउथ अफ्रीका ने ऑब्वियसली आज सुबह में किया. तो आई फील इंडिया का प्रोबेबली वही प्लान होगा कि पहले बैटिंग करे, बड़ा स्कोर बनाए एंड उसके बाद में ऑब्वियसली उनके ऊपर प्रेशर डाले और उनको जल्दी आउट करे.
Absolutely. And India probably going with unchanged 11. We bring you the playing 11 of both the teams. The Netherlands, how important, how big a match is this, Kobus, for the Netherlands team? I mean, these are the moments for which they wait for the longest time. There was a tweet as well mentioning stuff that dreams are made of, and that stuff comprised of this game against India.
That sums it up very well for these players. Very interesting, just if I could just mention, I see the Netherlands also unchanged team today from the previous one against Bangladesh. So they stuck to the same team, same balance. And for these Dutch players, I mean, this is really, I mean, it's on the big stage. They've got 2 19-year-old players in the team, Singh, the opening batsman, and Ahmad, the leg spinner. So, I mean, for these boys of 19 years old to play at Sydney against the India team, it's a dream come true. And really, I think the one thing that actually could be in the Netherlands' favour is that for India coming off that roller coaster game against Pakistan, that win, and literally, today to really get them in the right mental space. Today they're facing a Netherlands team. Everybody expects them to roll over the Netherlands. And I think it's probably a little bit counting in the Netherlands' favour that India would have, really are they in the right mental space for this? Netherlands, obviously, they've got over the nerves of that first game. It's sort of that was the big nerve, the one where the nerves kicked in. Now it's the second game. They're playing at Sydney. I think today they go out and just enjoy the moment. Really no pressure on Holland. Just go and enjoy the moment, make the most of it. So I'm looking to a very, very forward to a very nice contest today.
Thankfully, India got 3 days rest after that emotionally charged game against Pakistan. But there's so much to look forward to in this Netherlands lineup as well. Basde leads in particular, Wasim. How impressed have you been with this all-round show?
Yeah, Bus has
I think
been doing. Sorry, 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 John.
I've been very impressed. They've got nothing to lose. Sometimes when you play with that mindset, it brings out the best. The pressure is on India to do well. So they'll come out and play with a lot of freedom. I mean, they've got good pace attack. Their fielding has been pretty good. That department is very impressive about Netherlands. Even against Bangladesh, I thought, they bowled really well. They restricted them to 140. So, the bowling has been impressive. Dillittle, has been pretty impressive. Mirakan, he has been pretty good. They've got, pretty good bowlers in that department. So I hope they put up a show. Again, it's a big game for them. They don't get that opportunity to play against big teams. Last time I think India played Netherlands was in World Cup in 50 over World Cup, I think 2003 and probably 2011. So good thing is India made the final in both the occasions. So hopefully, uh, probably turns out to be the same this year as well.
Well, that's quite interesting because, of course, as cricket fans, we are superstitious. We do believe in these things. But, Kobus, you were weighing Netherlands' chances, and there's one thing that really works to their advantage is that they've got plenty of left armers in their bowling attack, and Indians, against quality left armers, particularly in the pace department, they haven't been that comfortable. So, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think that the main thing today is going to be for the Dutch to their strength is their pace bowling, and they've got up front they've got Klaassen, left armour. He's 6 foot tall. He's got genuine pace, and then they've got Van Meekering, and I also think today very interesting with Rahul and Sharma up front. I think up to now, the Dutchess opened the bowling with a spinner. All their games so far, they had Tim Pringle and in the last one, Colin Ackerman opened the bowling with spin, one over a spin. And I think today that would be the wrong tactic. They have to go hard at early on with a new ball. So I expect the Dutch to open with their two fast bowlers today, Van Meekering and Klaassen, and try to get like an early breakthrough with a new ball. Try to get India two down, and all of a sudden there's a bit of pressure on India. So I think that's really going to be the key. And in the middle overs, the spinners will play probably more of a holding role, but they will rely on their pace attack. Nobody mentions Van Beek. He's a really good fast bowler. So I think the pace attack today for the Dutch is going to be the key for them.
Interesting. That really adds up to the conversation. Well, then we did discuss about the individual components of the playing 11. Let's have a look at the playing 11 of both the teams. And like we mentioned earlier, it's unchanged 11 for both the Indian team and the Netherlands. India, of course, Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul expected to open, Virat Kohli, Suryakumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Dinesh Karthik, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Mohammad Shami, and Arshdeep Singh. For the Netherlands, of course, Max has scored a lot of runs for them, top of the order. Vikramjeet Singh breaking into the Netherlands team from the under 19 ranks, and Basley, we already talked about him. Colin scored a number of runs in the previous game. Tom Cooper, another batsman with a lot of pedigree. Scott Edwards, the captain and wicketkeeper. Tim Pringle, left arm spinner. Logan Mamby, Koshari Ahmed, Fred Klassen, and Paul Vaughan completing the Netherlands 11. So that's a playing 11 for both the teams. We're not too far away from the match action. So important for us to see what the social media was talking about ahead of this game between India and the Netherlands at Social Tracker, brought to you by CricTracker and Bad 7. So, well, the conversation around this match was it's not exactly India, Netherlands, is what a Twitter user has mentioned. It's all about KL's redemption. And there's a very telling picture as well that he has posted with the number one behind his jersey. And apart from that, Lord Shakib, this conversation around him as well. He's been labeled Lord for a reason that is being shared by the Twitter user over here. Indians, Norkia, and Rabada. And then there's this, of course, meme template being employed. Hilarious content on Twitter. You'd always find that talking about hilarious content. This is another one, and it's quite savage as well. Netherlands, the savior of KL Rahul, and poor form Netherlands, of course. I'll not go on and elaborate it without sharing some numbers here. वसीम इसकी बैक स्टोरी ऑफ कोर्स आपको पता है कि somehow जो टॉप 10 रैंक टीम्स हैं उनके खिलाफ केएल राहुल के T20 आई मीन जो नंबर्स रहे हैं पिछले 2 साल में वो उतने प्रभावशाली नहीं रहे हैं, लेकिन एसोसिएट टीम्स के खिलाफ या नंबर 10 से बाहर की रैंकिंग के खिलाफ की जो टीमें हैं उनके खिलाफ केएल राहुल ने बहुत सारे रन्स बनाए हैं। आप इस क्वेश्चन पे कहाँ रहते हैं?
I think obviously KL Rahul is much better player than the numbers suggest. तो थोड़ा सा unfair है मुझे ऐसा लगता है क्योंकि he has been in a very good form. अगर आपको याद हो कि इससे पहले जब हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया गए थे तो he's been in top form. लेकिन उसके बाद फिर इंजरी हो गई then again he had to come back क्योंकि वो सेम रिदम बनाना मेघना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होता है. So you know he has been hit by injuries couple of times, and then again that is probably one of the reasons. But I mean, obviously the numbers are there. He would like to improve those numbers. There's no doubt about it. He's a quality player, and it's not just that you know he scores runs against the other teams and doesn't score runs. He's been brilliant player since he's got playing in the Test cricket. He's been phenomenal. But even in T20 and in 50 over, I think he's a phenomenal player. And I hope today he gets some runs. And then again against South Africa and the bigger teams, I hope he comes to the party because that top order needs to perform. Against Pakistan, we struggled. Rohit Sharma got out cheaply, KL got out cheaply, Surya Kumar Yadav. So those guys need to come to the party. Obviously, with big games coming up, and today, India doesn't need to be complacent. I mean, Netherlands will come out, without people expecting too much from them, but they would like to, be there. They would throw, pack punches. So India need to be on their guard. They can't be complacent.
And talking about the numbers, you can get the numbers to work to your advantage because the number of contests that we are running on CricTracker, and of course we also have Bad Brick 7. Now इस contest का सबसे पहला step ये है कि आपको predict करना है top scorer इंडिया के लिए कौन होंगे इस मुकाबले में नेदरलैंड्स के खिलाफ। दूसरा स्टेप इन्वॉल्व करता है आपको अपने जवाब देने हैं और उसके लिए इस्तेमाल करना है हैशटैग बैड ब्रिक 7 का। और वक्त आपके पास मुश्किल से 1 मिनट का है तो जल्दी से यू हैव टू थिंक ऑन योर टोज और प्रिडिक्ट करना है कौन बनेंगे हाईएस्ट स्कोरर इस मुकाबले के लिए। वी आर नॉट टू फार अवे फ्रॉम मैच एक्शन, तो अभी देख भी लेते हैं कि पोल क्या कहता है इस मुकाबले के लिए। क्रिक ट्रैकर पे जो हमने पोल रन किया था कि क्या विराट कोहली 50 जड़ेंगे नेदरलैंड्स के खिलाफ, 87% यूजर्स कह रहे हैं यस, 13% का जवाब है नहीं। और ये दिलचस्प इसलिए भी है बिकॉज पिछले मुकाबले में इतनी एम्फेटिक पारी उन्होंने खेली थी और इसके अलावा इस मैदान पर हमेशा अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया है। खैर अभी के लिए बस इतना ही, पहले बल्लेबाजी कर रही है इंडिया, विराट कोहली के कितने रन्स बनते हैं वो हमें पहली इनिंग्स की समाप्ति तक तो बिल्कुल पता लग ही जाएंगे। धन्यवाद आपका वसीम, थैंक यू सो मच Kobus for sharing your thoughts, and that's all we have the time for. We'll be back again post this game talking about India Netherlands review as well as previewing the game, the third game of the triple header. That's the clash between Pakistan and Zimbabwe. For now, thanks a lot for joining.